Hi, this is Math Girl 101. In this video, I'm going to show you how to use half-angle formula. Okay, so in this specific example, it's asking you to determine the exact value of sine pi over 8, and we know that is a half-angle. So what we have to use is half-angle formula. Now to the top left, I have wrote down the half-angle formula. Sine x equals positive or negative square root 1 minus cos 2x over 2. Now, a lot of my students ask me, how do you know if it's positive or negative? And I'm going to show you right now. So, to determine if it's positive or negative, you look at the angle, so x, and in this case, x is pi over 8, so that is in radians. So we know if we graph that, it would be in the first quadrant, okay? And now we can use our cast rule and look at the angle, and the angle's in the first quadrant, and we know that all angles in the first quadrant are always positive. But let's say the angle was in quadrant 3 or quadrant 4, we know that sine would be negative because sine is always negative in the third or fourth quadrant. Okay, so that's how you determine if you use positive or negative, and in this case we'll be using positive because it is in the first quadrant. Okay, so now that we know that sine is positive, we're going to plug in the value x into the equation. So in this case, pi over 8. Okay, so it will look like this. Sine equals the positive, so we don't have to write anything because it is positive. 1 minus cos 2 times pi over 8. And we know that that's all over 2. Okay, so now we're going to go on to the next step, which is 1 minus, after we multiply pi over 8, becomes pi over 4. Okay, now once we're done that step, we want to find the exact value of cos pi over 8, and pi over 4, sorry, and we can determine that by using our special angles, special angle triangles. And I'll just show you above to refresh your memory if you forgot. So here I've drawn the special angle triangle for pi over 4, and we know that the adjacent over hypotenuse is 1 over square root 2. So that's what we're going to write as cos pi over 4, okay? Okay, so I'm just going to write it right here. So that becomes square root 1 minus 1 over square root of 2 over 2. Now we are not going to rationalize. That's just what I teach my students. But if your teacher tells you to rationalize, then at this point you would rationalize. Okay? So, now, sorry, I just drew an arrow to show that it's going on this side. That would become, well, first we have to find we have the common denominator, the 1, and the 1 over square root 2. So that would become square root 2 minus 1 over square root 2. And then that's all over 2. Now, for the last step, we're going to get rid of the denominator. And in order to get rid of it, we would multiply the numerator, so square root 2 minus 1 over square root 2, by 1 over 2. Okay, so I will show that with ink, and that become, okay, and that ultimately will simplify to square root 2 minus 1 over 2 square root 2. And that's the answer. Okay, and now we're done. So I hope you succeed in all your math in the future, and have a great day. Okay, bye.